And joining us now for more is senior fellow from the Hoover Institute and author of the book, The End of Everything. This book not about New York City, but maybe it should have been. Victor Davis Hanson, great to see you again. We appreciate you being here. And yes, Democrats won the races they were supposed to win yesterday, but Republicans have a lot of work to do if they want to have a good showing in the midterms next November, don't they?
Yes, they do, and they need to talk about the economy, and the economy, and that's what's going to sink or rise the Republican effort. And they're getting, they're easily, the Democratic Party is not a Democratic Party, it's a socialist party, and they think they're going to do negative advertising against it. So when you say that Mondami wants to seize the means of production, or the Attorney General candidate in Virginia wants the death of an opponent, or the main candidate in the primary has a tattoo from the 3rd SS Panzer Division, they say, so what? They're not going to apologize. It has no effect on them at all.
Right.
So, and they have no agenda. So their agenda is chaos strategy. All they want to do is attack ICE, call Trump a Hitler, create a general sense of unrest, firebomb Tesla. One day it's they want to kill somebody, the next day they want to drop an F-bomb, and then we, the American people, want to go into a fetal position, put our hands over our ears and say, make it go away, and because Trump is in charge, it must be his fault. And they have to address that, the Republicans, and they're going to have to say, this is what the inflation rate was. It averaged 5%. We're getting it down, but it's still 3%, 2% lower. Our stock market is higher than it's ever been. GDP is 3.5 and it's going up. We've got 10 trillion plus, but they didn't talk about that. And a lot of these things are long range. We better hope that a lot of the deregulation, the foreign investment, the cuts and things and overstaffed government, it'll come in by the midterm. But if you allow the Democrats to talk about a wrecking ball hitting the East Wing, and Trump said this.
Victor, it worked. It worked. And they shut the government down to drive voters to the polls. It worked.
That was the whole point.
I feel like Republicans got played a little bit yesterday. Look,
I do
Donald
too.
Trump has had more foreign policy success in the last year than any president in the last 25 years.
Yes.
He's ended 8 wars and counting. But I think over the next 12 months, we need to focus on America first. And I realize that it's all connected. But you make a great point. June of 2022, inflation in this country was the highest it's been since 1981 under Ronald Reagan. It was over 9%. Okay, now it just peaked over 3%, but for most of Trump's first year in office, it's been at just over or just under 2%. We need to talk about gas being the lowest it's been since the last time Donald Trump was president, and he needs to talk about things that he's done to bring prices down for the American people, or it's going to be a whole lot worse 12 months from today.
And they need to know, I don't think they understood what the shutdown was all about. The shutdown, they had no agenda. They just shut it down because they wanted to cause enough chaos that they could say Donald Trump is doing 2 or 3 things. All you people on federal support, he took away your SNAP. All you people who are federal employees, he laid you off. All you Hispanics who voted for him, he is going after the landscaper who is a dutiful servant, she just forgot her papers. She left them home. And they didn't, and I predict that as soon as this celebration is over, they will cut a deal on the shutdown, because that's what the shutdown was for. It had no principle. It was nothing other than to help this little off year election, and they better get smart.
Victor, I'm so glad to hear you say that, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm so glad to hear you say that, because all day it's been, well, Democrats won the races we expected them to win. Look, I don't know. I thought Jack Ciattarelli had a really good chance of knocking off Mikey Sherrill yesterday in New Jersey. He lost by 13 points. Where was the polling on that? Poll came out Monday, had Mikey Sherrill ahead by 1 point. I think that's a separate topic. By the way, Zohran Mamdani, I said in my monologue that he has been straight with the voters of New York City from day one. This morning, he went out and made a video asking people to donate money because he needs money, because we need money to make the world go round. Take a look.
Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires staff, research, and an infrastructure that can meet this moment. And it will be made possible by the people who built and believe in this movement. So I hope you'll make a donation at transition2025.com.
Yeah, how about that for the economy? That's all he does is talk about the economy. One quick question. We've got about 30 seconds. Why is it not illegal for a political candidate to campaign in a foreign language in this country? Happened in multiple races for the first time ever. That we've never seen that before, and it happened in multiple races this cycle. Why is that legal in this country?
I think we passed that a long time ago when Hillary Clinton. It is a statute already illegal to hire a foreign subject or citizen to work in a federal campaign, and she hired Christopher Steele, who was a British subject, to compile dirt on her opponent. Nobody even said a thing. That was against the law to do that. So we're well beyond that, Rob.
Okay. All right. Victor
Well
Davis
beyond
Hanson.
it.
Good to see you tonight. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.